Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Everything Mel and Sophie. Sophie is downstairs with her dad, and I'm going to be filming a video about how I was 19 and pregnant, and just when I took the pregnancy test and like my reaction to when I was pregnant and being 19. So I found out I was pregnant because, those of you that don't know, I'm in the Army, and every year you have to make sure that you're ready to deploy. So that means you gotta go to the dentist, you gotta make sure that your teeth are straight just in case you're out for deployment, you don't have like to do a root canal or something. Then you need the flu shot. You just pretty much like have to get everything ready just in case you are gone. And I was going to the dentist, and I got there and they were like, well, is there a possibility that you could be pregnant? And I was like, no. And then they asked when the last time that I had my period was, and I could honestly not remember. And my period, like I said in my previous video about like the early symptoms, my period isn't like regular. So to me that wasn't anything new, but they were like, okay, well, you need to take a pregnancy test, and then if you're not pregnant, then that's fine, and we'll do the x-rays and everything that we need, but we need to make sure that you're not pregnant. Because I mean, I was living with my boyfriend at the time, so I was just like, okay, I'd rather be safe than sorry. And a little part of me was like, you know, maybe I do need to take a pregnancy test, because I was feeling like a little bit weird in some type of way. So I started freaking out. I'm like the biggest crybaby, and I worry a lot. Like, I don't know if I have anxiety or what, but I worry so much just about anything, and I just think about like the worst possibilities ever. So I was like, oh my gosh, if I'm pregnant, what if there's something wrong with the baby? I didn't know I was pregnant. I haven't been taking care of myself. Like, I literally like started freaking out before even taking the pregnancy test. So started crying, and me and Eric, we went and we bought a pregnancy test, and so I took it, and I was like crying, and I was just like, what if we're pregnant? And he was like, we're pregnant. I was like, oh my goodness. I started crying, and I was like, what is my dad gonna say? My dad's gonna be so disappointed. I'm a daddy's girl at heart, so my dad is my world. So, you know, when you're the only girl in the family, it's like you being pregnant is just not, I'm not gonna say not good, but it's like your baby having a baby for my dad. So I didn't know how he was gonna react, and so I was freaking out, and while I was waiting, I think, what is it, like 5 minutes after you do like pee on the stick, which by the way I still have. Yeah, that was the beginning of me hoarding a whole bunch of random stuff. I texted my best friend, and I started telling her, and I started freaking out, and she was just like, congratulations, and you know, telling me like that I was gonna be a good mom, and she was really like trying to like calm me down because I was freaking out. So that was Lexi. So me and Lexi, she's like my bestest friend in the whole wide world, and I started texting her, and I like, before the pregnancy test even came back, I was just texting her. I was crying. She called me. She was freaking out, but she was trying to keep me calm, and it was like the strangest thing. I don't know. It was a weird situation. I texted my brother, I guess, who's like my guy best friend, that me and him have been close since like 6th grade year. And I texted him and I just started checking up on him. I don't know why. I was like, hey, how are you? And are you okay? How's school? Like I started just checking up on him. I guess trying to get my mind off of like myself. And Austin, like, he just texted me back on normal, but I didn't tell him that I was taking a pregnancy test. I didn't bring it up. I actually didn't tell him that I was pregnant until like a few months later. I texted also my friend from like 3rd grade, Michaela, and I just like texted her and I was like, hey, we should catch up. You know, like I started like thinking about all the people that I wanted to be like in my life and like my little family, because I'm not that person that kind of holds people like real tight. Like if you want to fly and not be my friend, you can fly and not be my friend. But those three, like especially like Lexi, Austin, and Michaela, those three, I was just like, you know, I want us to be close. I want you guys to be like in my family's life, especially since they've been through everything with me going to the military, me moving, and just they've been a really good support system. So I didn't want me having a kid to change that. So I started texting them. This all happened within 5 minutes on me waiting for my pregnancy test to come back, but a part of me already knew that it was going to be positive. And I guess because I started thinking about the symptoms in the video that I posted before this, so to me, I knew that I was pregnant. My boyfriend, Eric, was not freaking out. He was the calmest person ever, and I was just like so mad because he wasn't really having like a reaction. He was just like nothing. Like he was super calm. Then finally, like I looked at the pregnancy test and it was like the faintest line. We went back and we bought another one, but this time we bought kind of like a more expensive one. And I don't know if everyone goes through this. They bought like the cheapest one first. Whenever like I did take the pregnancy test and it was positive, but it wasn't very like bold. I don't know, I guess I was just waiting for it to be clear as day, like positive pregnant. You are pregnant. That's what I was waiting for. It wasn't like that. It was like, it was sketchy. So like it never really clicked. I don't know. To me, it's still Sophie's 9 months and it still doesn't click that I have a child, because you know, but never like did I think about like my age being a factor. I mean, I was 19, you know. I've already been in the military for 2 years. I had already moved out. I was starting college. I've already had way more jobs than I can think of, you know, like, so for me, like, the whole being 19, like, being still a teenager, that really didn't play a role into my pregnancy. I think to me, it just depends on where you are in life. Like, for me and Eric, we're not struggling and we're fine. Even with a kid, even if we didn't have a kid, you know, like, we were traveling, we still are traveling. So to me, like, being 19 had nothing to do with my pregnancy. It was just time, I guess. God just blessed me with a child and was just like, it is your time to have a kid, because I was on birth control and everything. So it wasn't like I wasn't taking care of myself, but obviously Sophie wasn't planned. But just because she wasn't planned, she would never be a mistake, because that's not the way that we saw it, and that's still not the way that we see it. The only hard thing about being 19 and pregnant, or being pregnant and having like a baby face, is that everyone kind of judges you, but you get used to it, and there's really nothing wrong with it. But being 19 and pregnant, like, it wasn't bad. I mean, one more year and I would have been 20. So me and my mom are 21 years apart. My mom had me when she was 21. So it's not like it was the end of the world or anything like some other people saw it. But for me, I guess we were in a really good place. Me and Eric, like, our relationship was in a very good place, and we were just, I don't know, like, Sophie, like, getting pregnant, like, it's not like we started to hate on each other or anything. We were just happy. We were just excited, like, we were gonna start our family, you know? So it was a great thing to, like, have and experience and everything. And we have a really big support system with our friends and our family, and everything's just, like, really good with us. So to me, being 19 and pregnant, it didn't really affect me, but, you know, everyone's different and everyone is different in their place. So I guess it depends on where you are in life, but that's how I found out that I was. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe.